You are now tuning in to the Evolution Daily Podcast.
Hey guys, so quick introduction here before we do the podcast. I just want to be very, very clear about what you're about to listen to. So this is easily one of the best podcasts I've ever put out. I go deep into gaming during COVID. I go deep into the power of game, tactics, conversation structures, abundance, so much incredible stuff here. For the first 11 minutes, I really just talk about the police and politics and shit. So if you like that shit, then listen to the first 11 minutes. And if you don't want to hear any of that shit, then just skip to the 10-minute mark, 11-minute mark or so, and it gets really good. And it's just totally like game, relationship, masculinity. I talk about boxing near the end. I've been doing a lot of boxing and shit. So it gets really, really good. I think it's good the whole time. But again, if you don't really want to hear my takes on politics and the police and all that shit, then just skip to about the 11-minute mark and you'll hear where I start really talking about action, taking action and shit. It gets very good. This is one of the best episodes ever. Two things here. First off, follow me on Instagram. It's Evolution Daily. I'm kind of on there all the time doing stories and posts, shit like that. And then also, if you have an iPhone, please, please, please leave us a 5-star review. If you don't ever want to, you don't want to sign up for a course, you don't want to do anything, whatever, just if you have an iPhone, you can leave me a 5-star review on the podcast app. That would be sick. Leave a little blurb about it. We get more listeners kind of almost every time there's a new review. We're able to see those stats, so it really helps out. You guys rock. Enjoy this episode. Again, if you don't want to hear me maniacally rant about politics, then skip forward 11 minutes, and then it's just it's fire. This podcast gets so goddamn good. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Evolution Daily Podcast. I am your host, Aaron Alexander. I need to adjust where my recorder is. No big deal. This is good podcasting, Aaron. Way to have it all together. All right, let's get into it, boys and girls. A couple girls that listen. I'm drinking coffee from my Masculine Life Energy mug, which is only available to you if you sign up for Man Camp. And some of you have said, what is Man Camp? You haven't really talked about it a whole lot. Well, that was a conscious decision. Originally, we were not even going to... Man Camp does not happen until early September. So originally, we were not even going to mention it or announce it until May 1st. But I said, you know what? How about we just drip it out there a little bit? We've already had some signups. We've already had a lot of interest, but let's drip it out a little bit, talk about it here and there, and then let's really launch it May 1st. Like full-blown launch. So I'm not going to really sit here right now and talk too much about Man Camp, especially before the promotional videos are up and everything. But essentially, this is going to be several days in the wilderness in Ohio. You might be thinking to yourself, how are you going to get to Man Camp if it's in Ohio? So you have two options. One, you can drive. I just did a phenomenal road trip to and from Austin, Texas. That was incredible. You can drive. That's one way that you can get to Man Camp. And the other way is you can fly into Columbus Airport, CMH, and we are providing transportation from the airport to Man Camp. And the reason why we're doing this is because this is deep in the wilderness. I rented out 64 acres of field and forest and streams, just this beautiful, it's amazing. And it's about an hour away from the airport. So I thought, man, and then these guys have to rent their car and all that. So I said, fuck that. We're going to rent 1 to 2 giant buses and we're going to provide transportation. There's going to be some stragglers, maybe from late flights. So we've already got several people that have volunteered to help us. When it comes to, somebody arrives late. Now we've got a van also ready to go to pick up a few more guys and take them to Man Camp. So it's all inclusive. Everything's provided for you. Your lodging, your food, your anything you could think of. Literally pack some clothes in a backpack, get on a plane. That's it. everything is taken care of for you. I did that intentionally because I thought to myself, if I was going to attend a program like this, what would I want? And I realized I would want everything to already be included. So it's going to be incredible, man. And that's all I'm going to say about it right now. If you want to sign up early, we do have an early bird discount right now. It's available at evolutiondaily.com. It's going to be incredible. So I wanted to get on here and kind of just do a brain dump on game, masculinity, life. Kind of just wanted to go off. So I think that you guys will find some value. I like doing rants where it's not necessarily going in any particular direction and I'm just covering a wide array of topics. So that's what we're going to do here. It's going to be a lot of game. I'm not going to get into politics. I don't care that much about politics anymore. I mean, I do, but it's not, it's not what you're here for. I'll just put it that way, right? It's not what you're here for. Politics to me is a hobby. It's something that I'm into in my personal life, but I don't need to bring it to the podcast. So, that being said, defund the fucking police. We need fucking order in this goddamn shit. No, I'm kidding. No, but really, I just want to say one thing. I'm going to say one thing, and I'm holding back slightly. But the one thing I'm going to say is that I grew up in an area where if there was no law enforcement, the Oxycontin, corn-fed, unemployed cretins of the earth. If there was no law enforcement, if somebody came into Eaton Estates, Ohio, which is where I grew up, you can look it up, Eaton Estates in Grafton, Ohio. I grew up in Eaton Estates. And if somebody announced one day, hey, we're not doing law enforcement anymore because every once in a while you kids get bloodied up and now we just have social workers. Yeah, these people are writhing around on their floor figuring out how to get a fucking $1 to go get some heroin, figuring out whose dick they could suck to go get some fucking Oxycontins. They would have stormed into Betty, my next door neighbor, her 90-year-old fucking ass. They would have stormed into her house, killed her, and taken all of her shit. People are so goddamn delusional. And there's this one girl that I follow on Instagram, and she is just such a fucking train wreck. And I tell her sometimes. I tell her every once in a while. We almost fucked back in the day, and thank God we didn't. She probably would. Who even fucking, Jesus Christ. This bitch. So earlier this girl posts, okay? She posts this little photo. It says, if the police did their jobs, everyone would trust them. Ain't no song called Fuck the Fire Department. And then she's got this little fucking what do you call that? A little gif of like some girl like pointing down. It's like, yeah. If the police did their jobs, everyone would trust them. Ain't no song called Fuck the Fire Department. Fuck the police is I promise you, no matter what they say, it's not in response to police brutality. It's in response to the fact that they want to do hood rat shit and they're getting fucking locked up and they're violent and they're doing hood ass shit. It's not about white or black. When I'm talking about Eaton Estates, there wasn't a black person there, okay? All the trash I'm talking about Eaton Estates, these are white people that should have been shot. Someone should have shot them in the fucking head, okay? I wish I would have. I mean, these are bad people. People in my neighborhood in Eaton Estates, there was this one fucking family, and one of them was this ginger fucking guy, and I will one day kill this person, I think. But they would just him and their brothers would jump people. You would just hear about it. You would just hear oh, Ian got jumped. Oh, fucking Chris got jumped. Adam got jumped. And these guys are just jumping people, pulling up on them in the street, beating the fuck out of them to take money or phones or whatever they can so they can go buy drugs. And you announce that the police aren't around. There's social workers. They need to be trained in de-escalation. Yeah, Yeah, train them in de-escalation from stopping, pulling up in their fucking 2001 Honda Civic, hopping out with 5 guys and beating the fuck out of some dude in Eaton Estates and taking their fucking money, stealing their car. You people are completely and utterly delusional, and it makes me sick. Well, they should be trained better in de-escalation. I'm going to say one thing. Here's another thing. I'm going to say something to further my point, and then I'm going to say something to counter my point and give some credence to the other side here. So I live in Columbus, Ohio, and now I'm in like a very bougie area. It's called the Short North. This is where, like, you know, people in the Short North, they have money. They are like, I would say 25 to 35-year-olds, got into the corporate world, this kind of thing. But I lived for the last 8 to 9 years on campus. And campus is this very interesting mix where the housing is very, very cheap. And it's cheap because they want students living there. But then because it's so cheap, you have this very interesting mix where you'll have like 4 houses filled with students and then 3 houses filled with just poverty-stricken people. And they're all like they've got like 20 people living in a fucking house, right? And they're out doing fucking hood rat shit out in the front yard and doing hood rat shit and fucking, you know, we would see people just walking by cars with flashlights looking for shit inside of the cars. I mean, our cars would get broken into. So you have this interesting mix over on Ohio State campus of campus kids and then the hood. And the second that these people get what they want, and they live over here, right? They fucking live over here on campus, and they live here in the Short North, and they think that these people in the hood are watching the news and thinking like, yes, justice, and yes, we need to abolish the police because, you know, there needs to be justice for the system and the people. No. They're not watching the news. They're not paying attention. Their fucking friend's going to be like, bro, did you hear that there's no cops anymore? And they're going to be like, oh, fuck, I haven't done 80% of the shit that I've wanted to do in my life because there's cops. Now I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And they're going to swarm these houses. They're going to beat the fuck out of people. They're going to take what they want to take. And there's this concept, there's this like right-wing talking point. It's called the thin blue line. And the thin blue line basically is the idea that the cops are sort of they're the thin line between order and chaos. And I don't think that people understand how fucking true it is. And this bitch that I'm talking about, she is just a complete train wreck. She's technically Middle Eastern, okay? She's technically Middle Eastern. She's not fucking, I don't care if she really is or not. She's just a white girl, okay? She's just a fucking white girl, clearly grew up in the suburbs. You know, this pretty little fucking white girl. She poses ridiculous shit. The safest communities don't have the most cops. They have the most resources. Do they? Do they have the most resources? You know what? I mean, that statement's kind of true if you think about it, because it's like, if you can afford to live in Beverly Hills, then you're probably not going to be out doing hood rat shit. So that kind of makes sense. But again, then what is this? Throwing a bone to the idea of the redistribution of wealth. There's a famous quote. It says, if you were to evenly divide all of the money in the world equally into the pockets of everybody, it would soon end up in the same pockets. Meaning that if you took everybody's money and now you split it up, and now maybe that equated to $30,000 per person in the world, the billionaires are going to become billionaires again. The millionaires are going to become millionaires again. They're going to start they're going to fucking grind again. They're going to work hard again. The people that are broke all the time are going to continue to do what makes them broke, constantly eating out, constantly spending money irresponsibly, being out in the club, stunting with bottles and shit when you should be fucking paying to keep the electric bill on, when you should be spending your time maybe learning to diversify your skill sets. People are completely clueless to the way that all of history has always been. History has, and just because we have the internet, it feels like things are a little different. Because we have the internet and we have TV screen, it's not any fucking different. We're just pretending it is, okay? History has always been about conquering. And what do you think is happening right now? A very, very slow campaign to conquer the world by China. That's what's happening right now. And I'm watching this thing happen where I see that the U.S. themselves the U.S. government is literally aiding our enemies in collapsing our society. It is almost as if, and I'm gonna end politics here. You know, people say China Joe, right? I went to a Stop the Steal protest back in I guess that would have been December, and they were hey ho ho China Joe has got to go. I mean, doesn't it, when you see what these people at the top are doing to our country, to our small businesses, to the working class, to the cities, what they're doing across the board, to the schools, to the children of our nation, doesn't it just almost feel like they're working for our enemies when you see what they're doing to this country? It's disgusting. It's filthy. I hate it. But I'm choosing as well to, I don't want to say live through it, but like I'm choosing to focus on me. I'm choosing just to focus on me, focus on my mission, which is helping men. I fucking, I've had a rough go at it in life, and I think that I really figured it out over time. And I am very passionate about sharing. I'm passionate about motivating. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy helping. But I think that what I love the most is really motivating motherfuckers. I love putting out great content that motivates you guys to go do shit, to like really go out and take action. And now that's the end of my rant. I'm going to throw one bone to the left. Because I'm not just this right-wing talking point. I do now believe in systemic racism, actually. Based on everything that I've read and learned or whatever, I actually do believe in systemic racism. I really do. And, people watching this that are very right-wing, they're going to come at me and be like, well, no, because it's da. Look, I get it. It's a very deep talking point. I'm just going to say that I do believe in that. And then I want to say this as well. I do believe that cops should be using non-lethal ways of stopping people way more than they're using lethal. So there's this big debate right now in Columbus. So, well, it's in the world. The world is talking about this, but it happened right up the fucking street from me. And the protests I could literally throw a baseball at where they're fucking marching through the street. And basically the girl, right, 16-year-old girl, she was going to stab this other girl in this big chaotic moment, and a cop shot her to death. And the right is saying, well, what the fuck do you expect? She was about to stab the fuck out of this other girl. And to that, I do understand. And I understand the heat of battle and everything. But I don't know, man. Like, I do think that these cops, even in the heat of everything, there should be some clear differentiator. I mean, a fucking, bro, like, I played paintball forever. A paintball to the fucking head will fuck your world up, dude. I mean, I'm not saying it should be a paintball. It could be a rubber bullet. It could be a sand, but I don't know what it could be. But I'm telling you, even a paintball to the head, fucking, fuck, you're done, dude. You're like fucking, your head's ringing and shit. A taser. I mean, I don't know. That's the bone that I do throw, is like, I do think that cops should be defaulting. I think there needs to be something where they're defaulting to non-lethal before lethal. And I believe that in 99% of cases, basically any case where the perpetrator does not have a gun, if the perpetrator doesn't have a gun, then non-lethal should probably be the way to go, right? But I'm done with that. That's all I'm going to say. If anybody is still listening to this podcast, now we're going to get into some good shit here. So what I was saying a few minutes ago about taking action, I want to let's talk a little bit about game right now in Corona times, because people have said, make a video on this. So here's the deal. I've had girls, me personally, where I actually will go up to talk to them. This has happened only like a couple times real bad, where I just take a step towards them, and this has happened about twice. And a girl has actually already had her mask in her hand and lunged back and put her mask on her fucking face when I've gone up to talk to her. Like, right? Because these people are traumatized by the world saying, like, if you get near anybody, you're not only going to die yourself, you're also going to kill your grandmother, and everybody at work's going to die too. We're all going to die. And so I've had girls lunge away from me just a couple of times out of fear of corona. I've had girls that clearly end the conversation when I take my mask off while talking to them, say like in a grocery store, or they're not even interested in talking because they have a mask on and I don't. I've had that happen, right? Well, Aaron, why are you saying all that? That's kind of discouraging us from going out. Let's rewind to a year and a half ago, before COVID ever happened, before any of us even knew the word COVID. A year and a half ago, I would go up to talk to girls, and sometimes they would lunge away from me, or they would say, not interested, or they would say, sorry, I don't really want to talk right now, or they'd say, sorry, I have a boyfriend, and they would lunge away from me and move away from me. Do you see where I'm going with this? We have been this is worldwide trauma, this whole corona shit. This is worldwide trauma that who knows if there's a greater plan here. Tim Dillon said something great. He said, we went from using the computers every day to now crawling inside the computers. I mean, I know so many of you that, bro, like a lot of your social interaction was going to work. There's a lot of people, and I'm not hating on this at all. You guys might be different because you're in the game and shit. But like, dude, there's a lot of people in the world where, I don't know, man, they move to a new city. They're not that great at making friends. And, you know, maybe they just, like, all they had was going to work, to talk to their coworkers and to be around people and be in meetings. And then they would go home and be alone, but they had work to look forward to. And now they're at home and they're depressed. And I made a post about this in the Evolution Daily Mastermind the other day, which I just want to say, if you're not in the mastermind, I mean, what's happening in there is magic. I mean, just the connections that are made, the progress that is made in that group. It's incredible, truly. But, and it's closed right now. You can sign up for the wait list. But I made a post that's at evolutiondailymastermind.com. I made a post in the mastermind the other day and I said, you know, I'm all about action, 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 go, 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 go hardcore, be fucking hardcore. But if you're depressed right now, I just want to say that that's okay and that you're going to get through it. It's fucking fine, bro. Like this, if you're depressed right now, fight, man. Keep fucking fighting, keep working, get through this shit. Like, let's go. But it's okay to be depressed right now. The world is fucked up and it's getting more fucked up. It's getting crazy. And I think that if we really were to diagnose the cause of most of our depression, because you've got some people that are depressed because, I mean, they really had a fucking small business. Bro, you ever see Nathan For You? Have you ever watched Nathan For You? There's the one of the best episodes of all time is Pink's Hot Dogs out in LA. Pink's Hot Dogs shut down. That was those people's life. You could tell from the Nathan For You episode. You could tell. It was just like their life. They wore pink. The fucking wife has a necklace that says pink. This is their life. And it shut down permanently. So that's why they're probably depressed. But for the rest of, you know, yes, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm all online anyway, minus the in-person events. But minus the people that owned like restaurants and things like that, and you know that they're depressed because their fucking livelihoods have been stolen from them. But I think the cause of most of our depression is lack of connection. I think that so many of us, we are not connecting enough. We all have friends or family. I mean, my poor grandma, bro. No one's hugged my grandma. My grandma hasn't had a hug since like before COVID. She's like talked about that. It's so sad. so I think many of us are struggling with connection. And, we all have friends that don't want to hang out because they're not vaccinated or because you're not or whatever, bro. But I think that the answer to getting out of all of this is connection as well. I think that the answer to getting out of depression is connection. And I will say this too. I've brought this up a lot. This isn't the first time you're hearing this from me, but I when I was going through this real bad, I guess breakup, splitting from a girl in December, I got really deep into spirituality and shit. I was watching a lot of Teal Swan videos. And one of the things that she talks about in one of her videos is she says that breakups can be so traumatizing and it can feel like death because human beings above all else need connection. They need connection. And I've thought about that a lot in my life, man, because you look at the earthly pleasures that you might want, some new car, some boat, something, right? And you think about the joy that that's going to give you, the boat, whatever. Well, what are you really imagining? You're imagining you being on the boat with people. Now imagine you out on the boat. Every once in a while it's going to be cool, but life is about sharing life with other people. That's what life is about. It's about sharing it with other people. If I think about right now, me like working my way up and being able to afford a yacht, but I have like no friends. I don't have girls in mind that I want to bring onto the yacht, but I got the yacht. I showed all of you. I showed everybody from high school. I knew I wasn't going to be a loser. I got the yacht. Cool. Now what am I doing, right? But then right now, it's like I can think about fucking if somebody invited me to a bonfire right now and it's like a bunch of like my good friends and we're all hanging around and we're fucking laughing and chilling around the bonfire. That sounds like an amazing time. That sounds so good. I'm with some girl that I like. I'm fucking, we're all fucking chopping it up, laughing. That's a good time. I think that, and in that Teal Swan video, she says that the reason why you will actually not even want to eat when you're going through a bad breakup and why people actually lose weight a lot of times through breakups is because connection is your greatest need. So because you're now craving connection so much after this breakup, then that's why you're not even craving food. You're not even craving anything else. You don't even need anything else because all you fucking want is that connection. And so that's why breakups can be so fucking traumatizing. And if you really think about it, many of us have experienced a breakup from society in many ways. Many of you are working from home. Night game is just not the same. I've done it. I was doing it a lot over the summer, and then winter hit, and it's a little brutal because even without COVID, the bars in where I'm at, they're not like that lit during the winter most of the time. And so then when you stacked that with COVID, it's like I went out a few times, and it was like really no point in even being out there, to be honest. As much as I'd love to sit here and be the fucking pickup coach that you need, where it's like, even in the dead of winter, even in the heart of the fucking pandemic, when everything, it's like, no, we'd go out. It was barely anyone out. And then there's fucking huge dividers. And then they would yell at you if you don't have your mask on, you walk up to a table. I mean, it was just bad. It's better now. It's so much better now. I'm going out Saturday night. I can't fucking wait. I cannot fucking wait. Patios are open. Everyone's out. It's exciting again. It's fucking exciting again. But for me, night game was a fucking, like, my hobby that was stolen from me. Game is a hobby. Game is it's the best hobby because you can fuck. You can't fuck when you go bowling. You can't fuck when you take up ping pong as a hobby. Fucking game is a hobby and you fuck from it. What a great hobby. And people don't talk about game as a hobby enough. They really don't. And I'm the one that should. I mean, I'm like, they don't. People don't talk about it enough. Well, who the fuck am I even talking about? I'm the one that should talk about it as a fucking hobby because that's what it is. We kind of play this game where we're like, I want the results. I want to get laid. Oh, I'm freaking the fuck out because I'm not getting laid. It's like, okay, cool. But also, what the fuck else are you even going to do this weekend? What do you feel like? Whenever I hear people talk about game being so much work, right? oh, and then what? I spend, 6 hours in the field and I only got 2 numbers and one of them. What the fuck else were you going to do? Were you going to sit home and watch fucking The Flight Attendant? Were you going to sit at home and what else were you going to do? I was going to go spend quality time with friends or whatever. Then go do that. Then go fucking do that. If game is so much work, but you're just really wanting to, fuck off. People pretend. You're faking. You're fucking faking like you have so much better shit to do. I can't stand when I hear people talk about pickup as work. It should be fun. It's a fucking fun ass hobby. It's a great hobby. And you know what makes it great? A big part of what makes it great is being able to share it with other people. And that's why I'm not going to sit here and go into a fucking pitch right now. I'm not going to. But that's why the mastermind is so great, because we're in the mastermind constantly sharing about like our day game sessions and like, hey man, I'm about to go out tonight, guys. I need to be pumped up. Hey, what do you think about this outfit? Should I buy these camo overalls? One of the guys in the fucking mastermind is about to buy these camo overalls. And then we get on the weekly calls and we're fucking chopping it up about day game and night game and breakups and all this shit we're going through. It's so fucking great. The Evolution Daily Mastermind is my favorite thing I've ever created. I will just say that. The mastermind is my favorite thing that I've ever created, that I've brought people together inside of, and it's truly magical. And if right now you're thinking, oh, that sounds great, when you sign up for the wait list now, it's evolutiondailymastermind.com. When you sign up, when I do open it up, which will be sometime in May, when you sign up for the mastermind, you also receive my full day game course, Thrive, that used to be $297. You receive Engage, which used to be $97. And then you also receive the Lost Tapes, which is 75 infields, including a bunch of brand new ones that we just filmed in Miami. You get tons and tons of infield. And for me, I've had so many guys over the years that have said to me, they've said, man, I watch your fucking infields. It reminds me how easy it is, because you go out in your head and you're thinking about, oh, I heard this thing from this blog that I read. And then sometimes Aaron says you should be funny, and other times he says you should be more grounded, and I'm freaking out. What do I do? And then you watch the infields and you just really see how simple it is. I'm just going up. I'm opening in one of 3 or 4 ways. I pop up. Hey, excuse me. Sorry. Do you know, have you tried these before? Are these any good? No, I actually haven't, but like I've always wanted to. Yeah, I've always wanted to also. You know what? Crazy idea. We should try it together sometime. Oh, really? You think so? Yeah, where are you from? You live over here? Yeah, I live closer to kind of like over here. Oh, cool. Hey, I'm Aaron, by the way. Oh, hey, I'm Jennifer. Is your boyfriend's not about to like come down the aisle and beat me up? Oh my God. Why would you think that I don't know. I mean, a girl like you look like you should have a fucking, right? It's just simple. It's fun. We're just having a good time. Having a good time out here. So you watch the infields and it's just like, look how fucking simple this fucking structure is. People, I will tell you this, right? People that there should be a formula. I teach the Thrive Day Game formula inside of my Thrive Day Game course. There should be different formulas. There should be different lines that you're infusing, things that you're using. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like all you're doing is just you're talking to a person. You're just talking to another human being and you're connecting with them. And sex comes from connection. I love telling this story. When I went to film Thrive Day Game, all right, this is when I met Alpha Chad. I went for an entire week in New York City. And I was dying to get a day game poll on camera. I wanted a day game poll so bad. I wanted the day game poll. Well, what happened is I go from killing it here in Columbus, killing it in New York, awesome, crazy shit, like fucking, I have this one infield where the girl ended up finding my channel. She's like, I swear to God, if you were filming and you put that out, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I wasn't filming you. Where I like make out with this fucking girl in the middle of Washington Square Park after hanging out with her for like 25 minutes, whatever. Crazy shit. And then I start getting like, I got to get a fucking poll. I got to get a poll. And as soon as I started just obsessing over getting a poll, then I can't even get girls to stop anymore. I'm like, I can't even get girls to stop on the street. I can't even get numbers. I mean, I'm now collapsing into myself. So I'm so focused far ahead that I can't even do the beginning now. And I start freaking the fuck out. I'm yelling at Hunter and shit. I'm like, this is fucking, what the fuck are we doing out here? God damn it. I'm like, I need something. I need food. I need to take a break. I'm going crazy. And then I realize, bro, this isn't what you teach. You wouldn't tell a student, go out and fucking obsess over getting a day game poll. You would tell the student, go out and connect. Give an incredible sample of who you are. Be confident. Be charismatic. Tease a little bit. Show you're not a simp. Show you're a fucking alpha male. Tell this girl when and where we're going on a fucking date, right? Connect. Because day game, yes, day game polls are cool, whatever, okay? I've had a lot of them. A lot of them used to be on camera and shit, which they still are in the lost tapes. I've had a lot of day game polls. It's cool, but the majority of your life is not going to be spent day game polling. You're going to be getting a lot of numbers. You should be going for phone numbers and then going for dates from those phone numbers. And so I'm out here and I'm teaching you guys how to connect, give a great sample of who you are. And I use the analogy of the free sample because that's the way it works when you walk into Sam's Club, you walk into Costco, they give you a free sample. There's a little old lady there with a hairnet, and she's like, here, try this salmon souffle, whatever. And she's got the box right there. And the idea is that when they give you that, you're going to like it so much that now you go buy the whole thing. So you connect with this woman. You have a great conversation with this female to the point where now you got her number. You guys talked about a date, and she says, I actually really liked that guy. I liked that guy a lot. I think I'll go out with him. Yeah, I'm getting chased down by all these guys on Tinder and all these other places and that simp at work that keeps bringing me roses and shit. But I liked that guy. I was able to really talk to him and feel him. There's nothing more powerful in the world than emotion, okay? Let me explain something to you guys. This is why emotion is the most powerful, what do I want to say here? The most powerful mechanism in the world, all right? Here's why. Let's say right now I was going to sell you guys a camera. Okay. Nah, camera's a bad example. Let's say that I was going to sell you're a high school kid, and I was going to sell you a course on how to be better at basketball. And in this course, I am sitting here explaining to the camera, we've got a whole module on how to shoot better three-pointers. You're going to really shoot more three-pointers. We've got a whole module on how to dribble better, so that way you don't ever hit your foot again when you dribble. Well, we've got a whole module on how to increase your speed. And you're like, yeah, that all sounds good. But then, whoosh, erase, flip. Aren't you sick and tired of your family and friends coming to watch your games and all you're doing is sitting on the bench the entire time? Aren't you sick and tired of seeing the victory and the triumph of the guys that are shooting 40 points a game while you only made 6 points a game? Aren't you sick of that? Aren't you ready to step into who you are as a man on the court, lead the court, be the leader of the pack? Aren't you ready to accomplish your full potential on the court? Don't you want to be the LeBron James of your school? Don't you want to walk through the lunchroom and have everybody looking at you knowing that you're the reason why your team is going to the national championships? And you're like, yes, fucking sell it to me. I bet some of you felt that. I bet even though most of you don't play basketball, I bet you even felt the difference there. I bet you even got amped up right there. I was getting amped up. So the problem with online dating, and even though I do it, and I fuck some bad bitches from online, I do it, but I hate it. I actually hate online dating. It's gay. Fucking girls from the internet is gay. You might as well take a dick in the ass if you're going to fuck girls online. You might as well do it. It's gay. Online game is gay. In-person game, that's the real shit. That's the fucking real shit, bro. Because you get to use emotion. You get to make her laugh and feel things. And we remember how people made us feel, okay? when I think about Jonathan that I worked with at Coleone's Pizza, okay? When I think about Jonathan that I worked with at Coleone's Pizza in Avon, Ohio, I don't remember a single conversation we had. All I remember is that he's a fucking piece of shit, and I hope he gets run over by a military-grade vehicle and he lives for like 12 hours while his limbs are fucking dismembered and he dies. That's all I remember. All I remember is that he's a fucking piece of shit. And then I think about Bill that I worked with, Bill Goff, who's now an actor, I think, in Chicago. I think about Bill, I worked with him. I remember a couple conversations, but what I really remember is that I feel that me and Bill had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun at that job. Couldn't right now, for $1 million, I couldn't tell you one of our jokes. I really couldn't tell you about why it was fun working with Bill, but I remember that we had fun and that Bill was fun. And I'd see that me and Bill are on the schedule together and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, we're going to like clown about shit. We remember how people made us feel. So the problem with online and why online is gay is because you can't make anybody feel something through online. You really can't. I guess you could be so good looking that you make a girl feel horny, right? Like I see some girls online, I just feel horny. But that's not so much of an emotion as it is a physical arousal, right? And most of us don't have I'm a decent looking guy, but I don't think any girl looks at me and gets fucking wet from online. So I can't really make her feel something online, and I can be witty, I can be funny, whatever, but she's not sitting there really like, oh, I like him. Oh, I like the way he messages me. That's amazing. No. No. But in person, you can. You can make her laugh a little bit. You can tease her a little bit. You can make her blush a little bit. The emotions are there. The feeling is there. And so women remember how they felt when you met them. And if you can make them feel good, if you can make them feel like, wow, that guy was easy to talk to and fun to talk to, I bet the date's going to be fun. Because I'm a dating coach, I always am talking to women about dating. I love asking girls about dates and guys they've been with in the past and stuff like that. Not from a place of ever trying to like stunt on that guy. Never like, I bet you've dated a lot of broke dudes, huh? I ain't broke. It's never anything like that. But one of the things that I have heard time and time again is that girls are afraid, and I fucking said this forever, and I've just confirmed it with so many girls, is that they will be flaking on dates and shit and be afraid to meet up because women have all had very socially awkward dates where whatever, the guy was good looking, the guy wasn't good looking, who knows, but they get there and the guy's just a fucking dull ass wet blanket dude who doesn't even, I'm not saying you got to be a comedian out here, but if you're going to be fucking dull, then you better at least be sexual. You better make her feel something, right? And these girls, they go on dates with guys and the guy is boring and can't talk and they have awkward silences. I remember my ex-girlfriend telling me about a date that she went on after me, and she said that they just had nothing to talk about and that they ended up watching a silent TV that had the subtitles on. So they're sitting across from each other having drinks, and then it turns into them like literally just looking at the Big Bang Theory with the subtitles on. And that was like a lot of the date, she said, until one of them just wrapped it up. So girls are afraid to go on dates oftentimes because we're all afraid of bro, imagine tomorrow you knew you had to go give a speech in a class. Today you might be like, fuck, what if I have the anxiety when I'm up there and I'm panicking and whatever. It's the same thing with dates. It's like you live in kind of this negative anticipation, and girls do it as well. So when you meet them in person, mask, no mask, day game, night game, it doesn't fucking matter. When you meet them in person and you made a great impression, first impressions, right? What's your first impression? Are you dressed like a fucking idiot? Dress better. Are you being fucking quiet and sneaky and feeling shame? Can she tell that you feel shame while you're talking to her? Because if she can, then she's not going to feel good about talking to you, and she's not going to want to go on a date with you. It's just not going to happen, all right? So get out there, talk to some fucking girls, COVID or no COVID, and here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this real quick. I get that the pandemic's real. I get that people are dying, whatever. I'm sure you know what my opinion is. I'm not here to give I don't want to give an opinion on COVID. I don't give a fuck. I'm so aren't you sick of it? Guys, aren't you just fucking sick of talking about COVID? I know I am. When a girl brings it up of any kind, I fucking change the subject quick. I am fucking sick and tired of talking about COVID. But I'm going to tell you something. There's magic here. Because guess what? I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. We're not the only ones sick and tired of talking about COVID. They're sick of it too. They're done too. Unless they are this like radical lefty where they're, and I'm not even shit on liberals. I got to say this. This is like a very important point for me to make. You all know that I'm very right wing. Who gives a fuck? Most liberals are liberals because they're like good. They're good people. Most people, if you're watching this right now and you're like a left-leaning person, it's because you probably don't fucking take 20 hours to educate yourself on shit fucking every day. You're not like super invested in it, but you just know that like typically the left wants to help poor people more and take care of people. Like it's most people. That's why for me, it's not a deal breaker when a girl's left, because I'm just like, oh, you just have a good heart. Most people on the left are just well-intentioned, good-hearted people. That's the truth. So I don't hate people on the left. The radical left on the same hand. People on the radical right are even annoying, bro. Anybody that's radical, most of the time it's because they're not like, it's because they are a politician, so that's their life, or it's because they don't have, or if you're not a politician, it's because you don't have your own life, so you have to like just identify everything in every moment with this. I talk to people on the radical right where I'm like, bro, I love Trump. I'm on the right, and you're crazy. You're fucking insane. So I don't give a fuck where anybody leans politically, but these people on the radical side of either one are fucking insane. But most of the girls that you're going to meet, they're sick of it too. They're sick of having to wear the mask. They're sick of having to hear about it day in, day out. We just want to live. We're just trying to we just want to be happy until we die. Isn't that how we can just sum this all up? Don't we all just want to be happy until we die? Isn't that all that's like, isn't that it? Isn't that all this is? Well, I would like to have kids and I would like to, so that would make you happy. Yeah, but I would also like to have like a lot of hobbies and I'd like to, maybe really get into, so that would make you happy. Yeah, but I want to explore the world, so that would make you happy. Isn't it just we're all just trying to be happy until we die? That's it. We're just trying to be happy till we die. So get out there. Talk to some fucking girls in person the way it's supposed to be. One of my favorite fucking stories to tell is, and I bring it up all the time, but it was just such a great reaction. I have had, here's the thing. I have gamed so much that I've had way worse reactions than you guys have ever had, and I've had way better reactions than you guys have ever had. I have had, not once, this isn't like, this one time. I mean, I don't know, 5-ish times I have had a liquid ejected from a cup onto me by a female. Like a girl straight up dumping a fucking drink on me, throwing a drink on me. I've had it happen multiple fucking times because shit gets wild out at night game. Shit gets wild out there. So I've had some crazy shit go down, but I've had so many good reactions from women that make me love and believe in the game with my whole heart and soul. I've had girls that a year down the line, 2 years down the line, after fucking from a fucking grocery store, from a Target, from on the street, from a club, where we're around their friends and they're like, the friend is like, is this the guy? Is this the one that you met at Target? Yes, this is him. Oh my God. She talks about this all the time. You have no idea. She'll tell everybody. And this one guy came up to me. It's crazy. I've had girls where we're fucking, it could only be like a month. It could be 2 weeks, whatever. And they'll just at some point just bring up, I'm glad that you just came up to me like that. They love it. They fucking love it. I've had so many positive reactions. And let's say that it was just a more conventional way of meeting. Let's say they never even bring up the pickup. It was just like a club or a bar, and I got their number, and we end up going on a couple dates, and we end up fucking and whatever. It's they still are just happy to be with me. They might not bring up the initial pickup, but it doesn't matter because I know what I was out there doing. And that was to make connection, to meet people. I'm not going to go into detail because these fucking bitches are probably going to listen to the show. Because one of them's going to be on the show soon. But these like 2 female friends of mine. Both of them. And actually, I didn't even think about the second one. These 2 good female friends of mine. I met them both years and years ago. Just from like being out and getting numbers and fucking going on dates and shit like that. Right? And I met them both like 4 years ago or something. And they're both great, amazing people. They're in my life now. They're fucking friends. They're like hanging out today and tomorrow. They met through me because I brought one of them to party of the other one. It's just like, it's all good. It's all good stuff. And I will say this because, and I've said this before. I also understand the criticisms of pickup. I get it. And you know why? Because a lot of men, and don't get me wrong, I'm team men. I'm team men. I'll even say that to girls. Girls will actually complain about an ex to me or something, or like a guy that they're seeing or something. They'll complain, and I'll be like, look, I'm team men. I bet you were being a crazy bitch, which is a way better frame than like, oh, I can't believe that guy did that to you. Susan, you don't deserve that, Susan. I can't believe he did that to you. I will literally be like, look, this is your side. I'm team men. All right. I don't fuck with you. I don't believe you. So I'm team men here. But the truth is that a lot of guys, because of the nature of mating, many men do fucked up, horrible things to women. They talk to women terribly. I'm in I'm not going to say the name of it, but I'm in this Facebook group where there's a lot of guys and girls, and they're all like kind of interacting in there. And it's a lot of girls. There's a lot of girls posting. And girls will girls will share fucking screenshots. And they're just like maybe it's like a chubby girl, but she's sweet. She's not doing anything wrong, you know? And some guy, like, she'll just say, sorry, I don't think I'm actually free this week. It's finals or something. And the guy's like, like, you have anything better to do? Or like, what? You think you're going to get better? And she's like, what? And then like a guy will just be like, you're a fat fucking slob. You're a fucking fat pig. I didn't even want to date you anyway. I just wanted your mouth on my cock. Like, I get a lot of the criticisms. A lot of men are fucked up, right? A lot of women are too. But men oftentimes do really bad shit to women. And so I get that. But the key, you as a man that's made it this far in this podcast, right? We're different. Evolution Daily, the shit I teach, I've always tried to be the least toxic coach out here today. I really do, man. Like, again, I think it's also just because I've seen so much good come from games. So much, like, bro, just like beautiful dates and shit, laying out in fucking Central Park with a girl I met fucking while she was playing, what was that shit called? Pokemon Go. And I haven't said this one in a long time, but I'm just remembering this. It's coming to my mind right now because I'm tapping into my infinite wisdom. I said to her, I was like, hey, you need to look up. You're going to fall into a pothole. And she said some Pokemon. She's like, I'm trying to catch an Electrode or some shit. It was like a few years back. And bro, I end up just like fucking falling in love in New York City with this girl for like 4 days. We're laying in Central Park together, just in love, never to see each other again. It's beautiful. It's all good. So that's another thing to keep in mind is as you're going along this journey of wanting to meet beautiful women, even if you just want to fuck them. I'm not going to sit here and be like, you should always only ever be going for a very wholesome, beautiful relationship. Even if you're just trying to fuck, respect women. And if a woman disrespects you, then don't respect her. Don't even fuck with her anymore. Get her out. I had a girl, bro, I shared the screenshot in the mastermind And a few people probably saw it, but then I pulled it down, and I pulled it down because I just didn't even want to bring this energy to the mastermind group, to be honest. But this girl on Bumble, okay, she's already a little boring, but she's cute. She's kind of hot. So I'm like, all right, but she's being boring on Bumble. And then we move it to the phone number, right? And we move it to the phone number, and I go, she says hola, because I say text me. And I go, hey, babe, how's Tuesday going so far? And then she goes, that's not my name. And I go, I know that. And then she doesn't respond for like 4 or 5 hours. It was like a long time. And so I just end up saying to her, because I'm in abundance, and I don't think this is butthurt. All right, I don't think this is butthurt. I end up just saying, you and I will not be a good match. Best of luck to you, though. And now, if I was a guy that had no women in my life at all, if I didn't know where sex was going to come from, I probably would have just blown past that. But the truth is, it's like, when I have girls that I can just fucking, instead of going on a date with you and you're already being difficult, this girl's going to come over and just fucking suck the life out of my fucking dick, and we're going to fuck like animals, and then we're going to watch Nathan For You and eat popcorn and have the best night ever. Or I can just go out and meet another one, or I can match with another. Like, when you're in abundance, dude, you don't take shit anymore. And that's kind of the key as well, is acting as though you are in abundance from the very fucking beginning, right? Even when you don't have women in your life, you must act as if any of you have ever signed up, by the way, real quick, evolutiondaily.com, I've got multiple free courses in a page there called free resources. If you've ever signed up for my 10 commandments course, one of the commandments, I think it's like the third one on there. It's a seminar I did in LA. It's so goddamn good. I say, how would you behave if you had 10 beautiful women blowing up your phone? How would you behave? And try your goddamn hardest to behave in that way. Because when you act as though you have 10 gorgeous girls blowing up your phone, then you manifest 10 gorgeous girls blowing up your phone. So if a girl's not responding to you, but you have 10 girls that are hitting you up, are you going to be staring at that one girl and saying like, oh God, what should I say? Let me go to the forum. What do I say to this? Oh, why is she not responding? Was my opener bad? Oh, what did I do wrong here? What was this? No, because you've got other girls. So you're chill. You're focused on yourself. You're going to the gym. You're fucking texting other girls. You're doing your thing. You're doing some other fucking cold approaches. You're living your life. And then that girl fucking comes through. They can feel energy through the phone. They can fucking feel it, bro. I know that's a little crazy, but they can feel it. So even when you're not in abundance, you must act as if. Watch a famous scene. When this is over, get on your YouTube app on your phone and type in Boiler Room Act As If. It's a very motivational, awesome fucking scene. And when you live a life where when you live an abundant life, then abundance comes towards you. When you do the things that a man in abundance is going to do with women, then abundance is going to come to you. So this girl, for example, I called her babe, and I do that a lot. I call every girl babe. And to me, it's kind of like it's almost a qualifier. It's almost like, yo, are you like, are you cool? That's basically what I'm asking. It's like, are you cool, right? And so I say, hey, babe, how's it going so far? How's Tuesday going so far? She goes, that's not my name. I go, I know that. She doesn't respond for a while. And I literally just think to myself, I'm already juggling several girls that I want to go on a date with tonight, maybe another one that's hitting me up that I should probably see because it's been about a week. And then I finally am just like, you and I will not be a good match. Best of luck to you, though. And then she confirms that that I would have never been good with this girl. She goes, I'm not your fucking babe, dude. That's it. I'm not your fucking babe, dude. Wow, you were going to be a lot of fun. I can't even call you babe. I'm sure you were going to give the best head and be really fun and playful and have great conversations. Get the fuck over yourself, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are? You think you're going to... These girls, and I'm not going to lie. I mean, look, I don't know what I want to turn this into. I mean, look, she's hot, she's good looking, but she's like 30 and she's single. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Hey, do your thing, be single, be 30. But I'd be willing to bet by looking at her, she doesn't really want to be single. And maybe that's why you're fucking single. Because a guy calls you babe and you say, I'm not your fucking babe, dude. And she called me dude. What a mask. Ugh, I'm done. I'm done ranting about her. I don't care. I couldn't give two shits. I'm literally the one that ended it myself. Don't care. Glad I dodged that bullet. And yeah, you gotta not take shit. My old mentor, who has some of the best game I've ever seen in my life, and people ask me about him often, Justin Wayne, he used to say to me, once a difficult woman, always a difficult woman. And so, you might think to yourself, well, Justin, well, Aaron, what about like in a set where, she was being difficult at first, but then I, pushed through and I ended up like making out with her and going home with her. She was difficult at first, but then ended up being awesome. It's not about that first interaction. All right. The reason why girls are going to be a little bitchy at the beginning, hard to pull, maybe not immediately want to give you the number and all of that is because they have to screen because so many guys out here are complete fucking turds. So they want to see, is this dude a fucking turd? And the more that girls can just like fucking turn down guys right away, then the more that like the highest quality dude that's going to actually be fucking persistent and be a fucking alpha male and be funny, blow it off, not take it offensively, not snap on her in the club, all that shit. The more she weeds out the little weaklings. Be grateful that game is difficult. Be grateful that you had to work really hard to get a girlfriend. Be grateful that you had to go out and work your ass off in the field to get more comfortable and better at talking to women so you could attract a higher quality woman. Because if that higher quality woman, if she didn't put up any shit ever, and she did always just every guy that ever asked her number, then she wouldn't have even been available at this point. She wouldn't have even been available for you. And to be honest, most of what we do as men is literally to become more attractive to the opposite sex. I mean, I don't know you watching this video right now. I don't know you, but let's just say that when you were 16, instead of getting horrifically broken up with and having a lot of like bad things happen to you throughout your life and pushing you to strive through college or starting a business or work. Let's just say that you were born into fucking shit tons of money and you had bad bitches all over you all the time when you were a kid growing up. I mean, yeah, that would be good too. But then you wouldn't have grown mentally the way that you have to, the way that struggle forces you to grow. And I've met these kids. I've known these kids. I've known these people that everything just kind of came easy to them when we were growing up. They're not doing so good now, man. They're not doing so good. I mean, I definitely don't want to talk shit on anybody, but a lot of people I know that shit kind of came easy to them. Maybe they had rich parents. Maybe the girls came easy to them. Maybe it was a combination of both. A lot of them ain't doing so well. And I'd be willing to guarantee I'm doing much better in every regard. So be grateful for struggle in your life because we are living in a society now where truthfully struggle must be sought out. Struggle has to be sought out. All right. Do you think in the early 1800s they had to seek out struggle? No. You had to have guns because bandits, Native Americans, your neighbor, anybody might just come over and kill your whole family and take all your shit because they're starving. You might be starving. You might have to be struggling to raise the cattle and build the fences and go paint something and fucking strive for every fucking penny just so you can afford to put fucking bread on the table. Okay? Now, you go home to mommy and daddy. You don't got mommy and daddy, you go to government assistance. You fucking walk into some welfare office and you say, I'm starving to death. I'm poor. I need something. I need money. I need help. Here's money. Here's housing. Here it all is. Okay? So be grateful for the fucking struggles that you have today because struggle is one of the only ways to grow as a fucking man. And when you grow as a man, you build resources, you build experience, you build life knowledge through struggle, and nobody can ever take that away from you. So be grateful for struggle. I might end on that. How long have we gone? Let's see. We got about an hour. I'm just going to say one more thing. I started boxing this week. I've said it for a while that I was going to start. I was really pumped about that I was really pumped leading up to the Jake Paul fight. I've done boxing fitness in the past. I've always been drawn to boxing because I want to be able to know that I could kill somebody if I need to. And that's it, right? You know, I mean, okay, you know, that's not very noble. A true warrior should never want to, fuck you. Die, bitch. I'm doing it so I can become a better man. No. I want to know that I can kill you if you try to kill me. I want to become a world-class fighter. I want to be able to fuck motherfuckers up. That's what I want to do. So I bought boxing gloves. I bought a bag. I hit the fuck out of this bag every day. And on top of hitting the bag, I'm now doing personal one-on-one training. And today I sparred. My second fucking class, I sparred. I got hit in the fucking face, bro. I hit this guy. We sparred. It was crazy. Not like, we didn't go hard, right? We didn't go hard. And even when I got like hit in the face, it wasn't, I mean, we're talking mostly like me blocking and my glove fucking like jamming me in the fucking face, right? But the point is, and then like a lot of body shots and shit. And this dude was fucking, he was like elbows low. And he'd fucking like pound me in the fucking side. And did I need to do this? No. I mean, I fucking carry pepper spray on me at all times anyway, right? I could just pepper spray most people. And I do that because I'm not a fucking dumbass, because I've seen videos of guys with guns going up to, I don't care how fucking jacked, and okay, cool. You did fucking 10 years of jiu-jitsu. Here's a guy 10 fucking feet away from you with a gun. I'm going to feel a lot better if I have some mace. Feel a lot better. I'm going to feel pretty fucking good if a movie theater shooting breaks out, a mall shooting breaks out. And sure, I don't know. We'd have to see the logistics of whether I would try to attack the guy or not. But even if I was in a hiding situation, I'd feel pretty good knowing I have something I could fucking shoot at this guy in some capacity. But that being said, I'm doing this to face struggle. I'm doing it to intentionally face struggle in my life. Extreme physical struggle. My hair is actually, if you're watching on YouTube, I feel like my hair is still pretty wet from the sweat. It's one of the craziest fucking workouts. And I just feel good after it, man. I feel good. So, get into a martial art, talk to a lot of girls, sign up for Man Camp. What's really going to be happening at Man Camp is there's going to be a lot of struggle. We're going to be doing a lot of group workouts. I've got a lot of really exciting, awesome group exercises, group challenges, some of them being voluntary. I want to do sumo wrestling, where we just have like a big ring, and the only goal is to push the other guy out of the ring, so no one's like really getting hurt. It's more of just like fucking and not everybody has to do that, but if you want to, then you can. We're going to be having huge fires, playing loud fucking music. I rented 64 acres. I said to the guy, I said, I need to make sure before paying for this that there is no noise limitation at all. None. And he's like, none. He said, even around that area, it's also just tons of farmland. So we're just going to be fucking partying at night, working hard during the day, doing amazing team leadership, building exercises. It's going to be fucking incredible. So sign up for that now over at evolutiondaily.com. And you'll see it's like the first thing I've advertised on that page. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes if you've yet to do so already. And make sure you're following me on Instagram. But definitely sign up for Man Camp. Again, up to this point, I've only dripped Man Camp. I've kind of talked about it here and there, brought it up on the podcast. But here soon, pretty much May 1st is when we're going to start like You're going to start seeing all the promo videos coming out and just crazy, awesome shit. So you guys rock. Thank you so much for tuning in. I feel humbled and honored that you decide to listen to me each week. I love being a teacher. I love being a coach. Feel free to reach out to me. It's aaron@evolutiondaily.com, or you can DM me on Instagram if you're a guy who's just really going through it and you just need a little help. You just need a little pep talk, or you got something going on and you want to talk to me about it. Feel free to hit me up. I sometimes respond. So if you're in the mastermind, I always respond. EvolutionDailyMastermind.com. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.